so can you.
Welcome, my sister warriors!
And brother.
Hi, I'm Sandy Mostart. This has been quite a journey in 2 months, but I'm going to stick to my script because I can talk forever, and there's a lot of other voices I want you guys to hear today. It was a great privilege to be a state representative and organizer of the Sister March. I'm in tears. This is what 10,000 people look
Sorry,
like.
I'm just spreading my legs out.
Right now is the start of our historical movement that we and our allies are standing in unity and solidarity. We are standing up, and speaking out for the people that need help, for the people that have been discriminated against. We all come here for different reasons and passions, but we all recognize the importance of coming together as one, because we all have the same underlining goal: to take action and move our country forward for our daughters, our sisters, our nieces, and honor those women of the past that have fought so hard to get us where we are right now. We have come so far in 100 years. Let's not stop pushing forward. Why I march? Women, we are half of this population. We need to be half of this representation. In our city councils, in our town mayors, our corporate boards, our Congress. I could go on and on. It is time to act, to take equal representation for all my sisters of every color, sisters of LGBTQIA, my Native American sisters, my Latino sisters, my Muslim sisters, my immigrant sisters, all my sisters here today. We are here to listen, to understand, not to listen to reply. I am asking everyone to agree, not to agree, sorry. You don't have to agree with everyone, but I'm asking everyone to work together to find solutions and vow to take action from here on forward. I have seen many come in wounded from years of being marginalized. I pray that today, all of us leave as warriors. We are all in this together. Time to hear our voices. Women's rights are human rights.
Hi. My name is Kirsten Shelley. I'm a local teacher. I grew up in eastern Iowa. I've been lucky enough, though, to call Des Moines home for the last few years. And about a month ago, I walked into the Urbandale Public Library feeling beaten and helpless. I sat in a room full of women from across central Iowa and Mike. I can't say for sure, but sitting across from Paula, a fearless woman who has been marching for dozens of years, and sitting beside thoughtful and kind Amy, and fierce and determined Molly, together we have shown over the past few weeks that we can do anything. I am grateful for the opportunity to work side by side with sister warriors who have been placing phone calls and sending emails to organize materials, and volunteers and partner organizations who have been reaching out to our community for donations or bringing people together to ride a bus. None of this would be possible without you. And today we finally gather, all of us brought together by what makes us different. Together we are thousands of individuals, each with our own reasons to march and resist. Together we are assembled, united on the Iowa State Capitol steps. My feminism isn't necessarily your feminism. Why I march isn't necessarily why you march, but together we are united. Some might say that symbols aren't important, that language isn't important, but I can't get behind that. Words matter. What we say to each other matters. It matters in our words, it matters in our actions, and you better believe it, it matters in our laws. Together we're going to stand united to fight for equity, and our determination will continue to push our country and our state in a direction guided by the people. We can no longer allow them to divide us, to pit sister against sister. We must stand together for all. All right, now I got some logistics for you. The first thing is to remember to hashtag any photos or videos with hashtag WMIA if you're posting on social media. We want to capture this afterwards. The Iowa Women's Archive wants us. Also, as one last reminder, we ask you to stay on the sidewalks as we march. We've been asked to stay off of the street because that, is a big logistical thing. So just stay on the sidewalks, please. Yeah, I know, we'll try. Look at all of
you. Just a quick look around.
My name is Keisha Scott. I teach at Grinnell College, and I have a lot to say. I see a bunch of nasty women out here. I see a lot of pink hats out here. I see a lot of men out here. I see a lot of children out here. So my question is, what brought you here today? Reflect on that for a moment. For me, as a professor who teaches about social movements, social change, and social justice, I knew I wanted to be part of an ongoing movement. Is that why you're here today? Let me begin with a Webster dictionary of what a rally is, because that's what you're at today, a rally. A rally is a mustering, check that word out, mustering of scattered forces. Raise your hand if you're one of those scattered forces. Absolutely. So it's a mustering of scattered forces to renew our effort. Raise your sign because that's your effort. If you've been feeling like a lot of the gains that have been made in the last 100 years are being rolled back, cross your hands to say absolutely no. No. We need to draw a line. Come on, let's draw that invisible line. We will not move back. I want you to know that you do not have to feel alone. Look around. Hug somebody, because you're not alone. Take a moment. You are not alone.
Wants a hug.
Absolutely. You are not alone. Nobody's going to hug me. Wait a minute.
Sorry, I'm trying to live stream this.
You are not alone. But there are times in which we feel alone.
No, it's just that when I'm trying to
I think what will help is for us to review our historical past. It is estimated, I want you to remember this, that there have been 123 marches on Washington. What was that number? 123! They've been part of the U.S. history from 1849 till this very day. What was that number? 123! That first march on Washington was about economic justice for Ohio query workers. And there were 500 people there. That's no little feat. But they were the first to do a march. Out of what was that number? 123. Out of 123, 11 marches have been marches organized and executed by women. Isn't that fabulous in our history? Today, it's been reported yesterday that over 680 cities all over the United States look just like you. It is estimated there will be almost 2.5 million people all over the United States marching, just like you. And because the issue of unity and equality is an issue that's transnational, there are demonstrations in at least 30 countries all over the United States, just like you. I want to give you a little history real fast. Can you take a history lesson? Say yeah. All right, so the first Women's March was a suffragettes movement. There were 5,000 women, and guess who led it? Ask me who led it? Helen Keller. Helen Keller. The next big march that women were part of organizing was in 1968, the Women's International League for Peace. There were 5,000 women there in Washington. In 1970, there was a women's strike for equality. 20,000 women there. In 1978, there was an equal rights amendment. 20,000 women were there. Now, the Equal Rights Amendment did not pass. And this is very interesting. Many women didn't vote for it. Does that sound familiar? Yes! I was there. I was 25 years old. In 1986, the first March for Women's Lives to Protect Reproductive Rights. Remember that? In 1986? Yes! There were 250,000 people, the same number of the people that listened to the I Have a Dream speech by Martin Luther King. In 1989, another March for Women's Lives, there were 400,000 people. And in 2000 was the big year. Put your arms up for the big year. There was the Million Moms March, 750,000. Any moms out there? Absolutely. The next march in 2000 was the Brides March Against Domestic Violence. Is that important? Yes! That was the Million Family March for Racial Unity in Families. Is that important? Yes! And then the big one. Come on, bigger. Big your arms up. Bigger. Keep them up. The biggest march, keep your arms up, ever recorded in U.S. history was in 2004. How many marches have there been? 123. It was an estimated there was 1.5 million people for reproductive rights and pro-choice. I was also there. Also, Whoopi Goldberg was there. Ashley Judd was there. Peter, Paul, and Mary was there. The Indigo Girls were there. Susan Sarandon was there. Holly Near was there. Madeleine Albright was there. Gloria Steinem and our own ceiling breaker, Hillary Clinton. So I want to go back to that definition. We renew our offensive to do the work. Raise those signs again, because that is the work that you have to do. Raise them high. Shake them up. So I want you to know that women have been symbolically and institutionally part of half of the population of how many rallies? They have fought for women's rights, equal pay, anti-war, worker solidarity. There was even a march on Washington against the KKK and bigotry. And most important, LGBT rights. Our symbolic history of renewing our offensive also comes in song. Will you sing a little bit with me? You ready? In 1913, the suffragettes sang a song that went something like this. I am standing on the shoulders of the one who came before me. Go!
I am standing on the shoulders of the one who came before me.
In the 60s, we held hands with our multiple faces and religions, young and old, and we sang, we shall overcome. Again.
We shall overcome.
That's enough for time. In the 1970s, I got to remember the time. Helen Reddy, she bellowed out, I am woman, hear me roar. Come on, say it again. I am woman, hear me roar. Great. In the 1980s, one of my favorite, Gloria Gaynor, said that as long as we love, we will survive. Am I right? In the 90s, one of my favorite girl groups, was Sweet Honey in the Rock, and they sang in their deepest, deepest voice, join me, we will not bow down to racism. Again, we will not bow down to racism. One more time, we will not bow down to racism. I'm gonna change, I'm gonna change, I'm gonna change. You remember that song? All right. My favorite year, one more time, 2000, big year, huge year. Destiny Child sang Independent Woman. Madonna sang What It Feels Like a Girl. Britney Spears sings Stronger. Remember them? Yeah. All right. In 2003, Missy Elliott said, work it, baby, work it. In 2004, Christina Aguilera, Little Kim sang Can't Hold Us Down. Cheetah Girl sang about girl power. And in 2006, the Pussycat Dolls sang I Don't Need a Man. Well, maybe not. We have men here. I love that song. One of my favorite, Alicia Keys sang Superwoman. And in 2013, where would we be if Katy Perry hadn't reminded us to what? Roar! Do it again. Roar! Do it again. Roar! She said something about being the eye of a what? You got it. And in 2016, Beyonce's song Freedom was equally as important, in which she says, repeat after me, freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, freedom, cut me loose. Freedom, freedom, who are you? Cause I need freedom too. Got that? And you probably know it better than me. So my last remarks, because we're about to march, is that a rally is really a renewal of our offensive. Remember that line? Draw that line. We are not moving back. 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 We are part of an ongoing American women's movement to form a more perfect union. That has always been our job. The founding people said that. Other people have said that. Our outgoing president said that. It is about that task of making a more perfect union. This brings me to the end to be mindful, put your hands up, of the 3 cautions. What did I say? The 3 what? Cautions. When we're part of a movement, we have to remember that we bring our differences as women and allies, and all the isms and the privileges are part of the dynamics. We don't want those things to undermine them. Number what? 2. Put your energy into the things that you can change. Let me say that again. Put your energy where? Into the things that you can change. Reject the idea that there's one size that fits all for the social justice role. Everything we do counts. And finally, manage your own despair and disappointments. Remember, hands out, movements ebb and flow. Take the oaths you need to take, work with others, lead, manage, work out, stay up late at night, do what you can when you can, and know that when you march today, you put yourself in history. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I just want to start by saying, oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. You are all so beautiful. Thank you for being here. I'm going to keep mine short, and I'm going to tell you why I march is because I believe in the power of grassroots movement. History has proven that grassroots movements are a great way to make our voices heard and to hold our elected officials accountable for the decisions that they're making about our lives, our water, our soil, our bodies. We need to make our voices heard. So, with that in mind, I'm going to let you know I'm going to be leading some chants on our march. Yeah! And I'm going to be giving instructions. I'm going to say, okay, I say this and you say that. So it should be easy to follow along, but I think we should do a practice here. This one is in unison. Women's rights are human rights.
Women's rights are human rights.
Now let's all do it together. 1, 2, 3.
Women's rights are human rights. 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 Women's rights are human rights.
Woo! Another one we have in unison. Women united will never be divided.
Women united will never be divided. Women united will never be divided.
All righty. Sounds good. We've got one more. Let's try this one as well. I'm going to say, tell me what it's going to take. And you're going to answer, we all must participate. Tell me what it's going to take.
We all must participate.
Tell me what it's going to take.
We all must participate.
Tell me what it's going to take.
We all must participate.
Tell me what it's going to take.
We all must participate.
That's right, folks. That's why we're here. Another one to try out. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to say, what does democracy look like? Some of you folks know it. Then you answer with, this is what democracy looks like. What does democracy look like?
This is what democracy looks like.
What does democracy look like?
This is what democracy looks like.
What does democracy look like?
This is what democracy looks like.
What does democracy look like?
This is what democracy looks like.
Woo! Great job, you guys. Another chant I'd like us to do is going to be a call and response. So I'm going to list off some things, and after each one, you are going to answer, for all people. Democracy.
For all people.
Justice.
For all people.
Unity.
For all people.
Dignity.
For all people.
Solidarity.
For all people.
Healthcare.
For all people.
Education.
For all people.
Environmental justice.
For all people.
Social justice.
For all people.
Economic justice.
For all people.
Safety.
For all people.
Freedom.
For all people.
Opportunity.
For all people.
Marriage equality.
For all people.
All right, so that's another one of the chants that
She may throw in a few other
we'll be doing. And this
things
last
as we
one,
do the march.
I'm going to ask you a question, and you are going to answer, we stand up, fight back. What do we do when our democracy is under attack?
We stand up, we fight back.
What do we do when our freedom is under attack?
We stand up, we fight back.
What do we do when justice is under attack?
We stand up, we fight back.
What do we do when our Native American brothers and sisters are under attack?
We stand up, we fight back.
What do we do when our African American brothers and sisters are under attack?
We stand up, we fight back.
What do we do when our Latino brothers and sisters are under attack?
We stand up, we fight back.
What do we do when our Muslim brothers and sisters are under attack?
We stand up, we fight back.
What do we do when our immigrants are under attack?
We stand up, we fight back.
What do we do when our water is under attack?
We stand up and fight back.
What do we do when our soil is under attack?
We stand up and fight back.
What do we do when our air is under attack?
We stand up and fight back.
What do we do when our climate is under attack?
We stand up and fight back.
What do we do when our private property rights are under attack?
We stand up and fight back.
What do we do when our health care is under attack?
We stand up and fight back.
What do we do when our access to education is under attack?
We stand up and fight back.
What do we do when our LGBTQ brothers and sisters are under attack?
We stand up and fight back.
Tell me what it's gonna take. We must participate. All right, folks, this is what we're gonna be doing. So let's get this going.
No, I'm just actually, I'm just giving my viewers a look around at everybody here.
Kaylin!
Yeah.
Hi! Happy. No,
Are you sure about that?
I still
I'm just
have
kidding.
your chairs.
Yeah.
Next time I come to Des Moines, you live in Des Moines, don't you?
Yeah, I just actually live in apartments on the backside of the Stewart Square Park.
Well, I'm going to be back in Des Moines on Tuesday, and I'll bring them for sure.
I'll be actually Tuesday. I'm going to be in there.
That's where I'm going to be.
See the rally lobby day.
Yep, that's what I'm going to be here.
All right, organizers, where are we going to line up to
Get a
start this
picture of you.
march?
Okay, let me get this out of the way. Got this good deal on it on eBay.
All right, well, hey, let's just keep doing some chants here. Join me in women's rights are human rights. Women's rights are human rights.
Women's rights are human rights. Women's rights are human rights. Women's rights are human rights. Women's rights are human rights. Women's rights are human rights. Women's rights are human rights. Women's rights are human rights.
Woo! Why don't we get Rita up here and she can speak? And if one of the organizers could come find me, we will get this thing rolling.
All right. Thank you. I'm Rita Bettis with the ACLU of Iowa. We at the ACLU are so proud to march today with you in Iowa and with the thousands of women and men across our country. We, the people, must ensure that our voices are heard. The ACLU will always defend this core American principle. We know that dissent is patriotic. Political dissent is a hallmark of our democracy. Our democratic process does not stop at the ballot box. Instead, civic engagement, including our First Amendment rights to free speech and demonstration, are critical to the function of our democracy, and without it, all of our other fundamental rights would wither away. We, the people, we know that our government has yet to fulfill its foundational promise to be a nation in which all people are free and equal. We stand today, at this moment, at a critical juncture. There is no doubt. But we must remember that we, the people, have faced down grave threats to freedom and equality before. We, the people, we know how to do this. We know how to stand up and not stand down.
I want this.
In our country, the power of the government comes from the people, and today we march together.
Okay.
Together, we call for a country where law enforcement treats all communities with dignity. We seek an end to excessively harsh criminal justice policies that stand in the way of a fair and equal society through mass incarceration and racial injustice. We march to open a path to citizenship and to end discrimination against immigrants. We join you to demand a government that protects the rights of workers, LGBT and trans people, people of color, women, all faiths, and all people who have been historically and systematically disenfranchised. We march for a democratic system that allows all citizens to vote. And we march for an America that enables all people to determine if and when to become a parent, with comprehensive reproductive health care, including the constitutionally protected right to abortion. At the ACLU, we fight to ensure the rights enshrined in our Constitution apply equally to all people. All of us. We are in this together. When the rights of one person is threatened, the rights of all of us are at risk. We must center the most vulnerable. We know about privilege. That injustice is not experienced equally or in the same way by everyone. We know that being allies is not enough, and injustice to any one of us is a threat to the community of all of us. So today, we the people march for an America, an Iowa, free of discrimination, where all people, irrespective of their race, sexual orientation, gender, nationality, or faith, are valued and where our rights are upheld. Thank you.
We're all marching now. That way.
That way. South. That way is south. I think we're going like backwards.
Yeah. Walnut Street is over there. We are going to be on the move. There's several hundred of us. It could be a minimum 300, could be as many as 500, could be more, I don't know.
Rachel!
Hola, buenos días. Buenas tardes.
I love your outfit. It's very nice.
Yeah, pick your job.
Yeah, I know. You like decked it all out.
And easy, really cheap on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love it.
If you look at my kitty hat, I don't know how you saw that, but I got the fuzzy type kitty ears hat. Good deal on it on eBay. It's going to take a while for the crowd to start clearing this area and get out on the sidewalk that goes. It's like a walk around this Capitol complex area, it looks like. I looked at a route map earlier before I left home. So in case you're just joining me, Dr. Parkman, I am just west of this building, Iowa State Capitol. This is the Women's March Des Moines edition. One of the speakers said there are over 600 cities in the U.S. alone participating, and probably dozens of others in other countries. I gave away one of the signs that I had to one of my occupied friends.
That was a couple weeks ago.
It's going to be hard for this large group to just stick to the sidewalk. Looks like that might have come from one of the organizations.